From the moment we step into the working world, one idea chases us relentlessly. The harder you work, the more successful you'll be. It's the mantra echoing in boardrooms, classrooms, in late-night emails and coffee-fueled brainstorming sessions. Stories abound of titans who burned the midnight oil, hustling their way to the top. The message is clear. Success demands sacrifice, and that sacrifice is measured in hours. But what if that story, repeated so many times, is only half true? What if instead of rising toward success, those extra hours are actually dragging us down? Welcome to a world where the wheel spins faster but the hamster isn't getting anywhere. A world shaped by the productivity paradox. Let's pause for a moment. Imagine your to-do list overflowing. Tasks stacking up like a game of Jenga, wobbling dangerously, threatening to collapse under their own weight. You scramble to keep up, working late into the night, fueled by caffeine and sheer stubbornness. Sound familiar? Now imagine a scale. On one side, you pile hours, one after another. On the other side, you weigh results. At first, it seems logical. The more hours, the more results. But soon the scale tips and something surprising happens. The results don't just plateau, they start falling. Recent research throws light on this paradox. Productivity per hour actually declines sharply when the workweek stretches beyond 50 hours. It's not a gentle slope. It's a cliff. Push past 55 hours and output drops so dramatically you'd be better off spending that time elsewhere. The myth of endless hustle, it turns out, is just that, a myth. Let's dig deeper. Studies published in the Journal of Occupational Health Psychology have found that after 8 or 9 consecutive hours of work, our cognitive performance, our ability to think clearly, solve problems, and prioritize begins to slide. By 12 hours, errors multiply. In fact, those marathon shifts are linked to 2 or 3 times more mistakes. Imagine a programmer, eyes glazed from staring at code, pushing through the night. Instead of crafting elegant solutions, they're now weaving bugs into their work, problems they'll have to fix tomorrow, if they even catch them at all. This isn't just about programmers burning out. It's universal. Fatigue blunts our edge, stretches tasks longer, muddles our judgment. The more we push, the less we get, at least the less of what matters. So why do we keep running on the wheel? The answer is as much psychological as it is practical. There's comfort in busyness. It feels like progress, even when the results say otherwise. Sometimes, hard work becomes a kind of avoidance, a shield against the uncertainty of real change or the discomfort of tackling what's truly important. We fill our calendars, check off endless lists, but deep down, we know quantity isn't the same as quality. Now, let's flip the script. What if the real secret to productivity isn't grinding harder, but working smarter? And sometimes, even less. Enter the world of smart laziness. It's a term that sounds ironic, maybe even playful, but it points to a profound truth. Automation, delegation, and rest can unleash more value than endless hustle ever could. Think of it this way. The most successful innovators and leaders aren't those who do everything themselves. They build systems. They automate routine tasks, freeing up their minds for deeper work. They delegate, multiplying their impact through the strengths of others. And yes, they rest. Strategic rest isn't indulgence, it's investment. After all, creativity and clarity don't grow in exhaustion's shadow. They flourish in moments of pause. Consider the example of a tech startup founder. Instead of micromanaging every line of code, she sets up automated testing. Instead of working every weekend, she empowers her team, trusting them to handle projects. When she steps away, she returns with fresh insight, spotting opportunities she missed when buried in the weeds. This isn't just wisdom. It's backed by evidence. Organizations that embrace smart work practices consistently outperform their hustle-obsessed peers. Employees are sharper, more creative, and far less prone to costly mistakes. The paradox is clear. By doing less, more wisely, we achieve more. But let's not be too quick to dismiss the value of hard work. Focus and dedication matter. They're the foundation of excellence. The key is not to confuse effort with impact, not to measure success by hours logged, but by value created. It's about knowing when to push and when to pause, when to grind and when to let go. If we look to history, the great breakthroughs, scientific, artistic, entrepreneurial, rarely come from all-nighters or endless meetings. They emerge in flashes, often after periods of rest, reflection, or even idleness. It's no accident that some of the world's greatest thinkers swore by afternoon walks, power naps, or quiet time away from their desks. So what does true productivity look like? It's not the overflowing calendar or the frantic pace. It's clarity, knowing what matters most, and directing energy where it counts. It's focus, tuning out distraction, honing in on high-value work, and it's rest, allowing our minds and bodies to recover so we can bring our best to each challenge. Imagine a new kind of workday. Instead of running endlessly on the wheel, you step off. You automate the repetitive tasks. You delegate what doesn't require your unique skills. You carve out time for deep work, uninterrupted by endless notifications. And you rest, confident that your progress comes not from hours spent, but from value delivered. This shift isn't just empowering, it's contrarian. It challenges the wisdom handed down for generations. But in a world where information is infinite and attention is scarce, it's not the busiest who win. It's the focused, the rested, the smartly lazy. As we wrap up, ask yourself, when was the last time you measured your productivity not by how much you did, but by what you actually achieved? How often have you found that pushing harder led only to diminishing returns? Is there room in your routine for automation, delegation, or rest? Let's rethink what it means to work hard. Let's choose focus over frenzy, value over volume, and rest over relentless grind. The productivity paradox reminds us more isn't always better. Sometimes the smartest move is to pause, reflect, and let innovation find you. If this story resonates, I invite you to join the conversation. Comment below. Share your own experiences of overworking, of burnout, of discovering new ways to work smarter. Like this video if you found it thought-provoking, and subscribe to Beyond the Hustle for more insights that challenge the status quo. Together, let's step beyond the endless grind and redefine what real productivity looks like. Focus, rest, create value. And above all, remember, the wheel only gets you somewhere if you know when to step off.